Welcome to a Magic the Gathering video. My name is November Lima, and we're diving into some historic best of 3 action with a Reid Duke deck that was posted on Channel Fireball recently. After the Memory Lapse ban, Midrange is much more viable again. And with that being said, there's nobody that can build better mid-range decks than Reid Duke. Reid Duke is the god of mid-range. He loves to build green-black, often goes Jund in like Modern, and this is a deck that he posted that is just everything I love about a good mid-range deck. So basically all it is you've got black-green, powerful planeswalkers, some powerful spells, with some of the best removal in the game. And with that being said, it's pretty straightforward. Just put a bunch of really good planeswalkers and powerful creatures alongside some of the best removal, and you got a fantastic deck. Same for the sideboard. A lot of really great removal, some great creatures. There's really not much more to be said than that. It's just value town all around, and it is. I love this deck. So let's go ahead and take it for a spin, and let's play some historic. All right, we got our first opponent lined up. Don't forget, if you like my content, like, subscribe. It really helps out a lot. Leave a comment. This is actually an okay hand. We'll roll with it. So yeah, leave a comment. It motivates me a ton, and that way I can keep trying to find these moments to put videos out for you guys. Typically, I'll post my own brews. That's kind of more my thing. My own brews and standard. But you know what? I can't help but love a good deck when I see it. And so this is one of the ones that I saw and was like, you know what, I got to play this. So when it comes down to it, Reid Duke is probably, from a brewing standpoint, my favorite player. He built some fantastic stuff. And when I saw this, I knew I had to play this. So let's get a Woodland Chasm. There we go. So yeah, there we are. That's the reason. So yeah, right now we're just ramping. It looks like we're going up against Jund. Ooh, cool. So I can play Llanoware or I can continue to ramp. I think I'm going to go ahead and just play this tapped and play this. I could have played this in and killed the Territorial. That probably would have been the right thing to do. But that's okay. Next turn I can Nissa. And if I Nissa, I can still take this out, so that's fine. Depending on what they do here. Oh, this is probably Niv Mizzet. 5 color. It's be interesting. I have no idea how this is going to hold up against Niv Mizzet. Because that's also like full-on value town. Angrath Rampage. I don't mind they got rid of that. Go ahead and take 4 here. So this thing is going to get pretty swole, so we'll go ahead and have to get rid of that. So first, I'll go ahead and play Nissa. This. There we go. So that way we can instant feed if we need to. They're probably going to try to remove it. They're not. Okay. So here I might as well go with Bloodchief's Thirst. So that won't work on all their creatures, so I'd rather keep the Heartless Axe. Sweet. Alright, so right now we are actually in really good shape. Quite a bit ahead right now. That's okay. That is okay. So we'll go ahead and do this. We can play Vraska. Now we got a ton of value on the board. So let's go ahead and do this. Play the Woodland Chasm. That is unfortunate. Because this is a sorcery. We're still okay, though. Let's go ahead and put another creature on the board. I love this Planeswalker so much. This is such an underrated Planeswalker. I love it. Actually, whenever I played Standard F&M still, and Ixalan wasn't Standard, I played a Golgari Midrange deck that had this card in it. I had 2 of these in there, and then 3 of these. That was pretty powerful. That's why I love this deck so much. It actually reminds me a lot of the deck that I played F&M with. Funny thing is, I was always the only one that brought Golgari Midrange. For a while there, I was playing Explore, and then I just went to like a ramp package with powerful Planeswalkers, kind of like this. And Explore was good, and typically got me to like the top placements. But what really shined was... Let's go ahead and Thoughtseize these guys. What really shined was when I would play my ramp deck and ramp into some of these cards and just absolutely smash my opponent. Okay, let's see here. Okay, we got all kinds of crazy stuff here. So, Niv Mizzet, they're close to casting, which is bad. Scarab God is bad. Okay, Lightning Helix is probably... So, Fatal Push and Lightning Helix are kind of a pain in the neck here. I think I need to take Niv Mizzet, though. Let's go ahead and play this. So, I think I need to stop creating lands that just get killed. Submit 0. So this is now at 8, which that's pretty sweet. So I can ramp like crazy next turn if I want to. We will go ahead and do this, because then I can get their life total down to 1. They don't get rid of my Vraska. They probably have to at least play Lightning Helix on it, yeah. So now we can do this. They're probably going to Fatal Push it. They're not. Okay. So again, I'm in pretty good shape still. I mean, with these 2 Planeswalkers. So they top decked the Niv Mizzet. That's just unfortunate. What are you going to do? Got some really good cards there. We can kill Niv Mizzet, so we will. Now, do we though? Because I can also just kill it with this. Yeah, I was going to say, there's a lot I can do here. I can swing for 2, 4, 7. Yeah. They were pretty well done. Okay, let's see here. What do we want to do? I don't know how good Thought Distortion is. They have a lot of creatures. They don't really deal with graveyard stuff. Duress seems not very good. This could block Niv Mizzet for days, so that's kind of nice. Creature cards in graveyards and libraries players can get spell, so it doesn't enter the battlefield, so that's worthless too. Shifting Ceratops. They don't really have blue spells that interact with us. I don't think 1 Thought Distortion is bad, though. Might just do Thought Distortions instead of Liliana's. However, their removal spells on my creatures make Liliana pretty good. Maybe Liliana is better than Vraska. Let's go ahead and get a Vraska out. Language doesn't seem very good. Maybe as a one-off. I don't necessarily... Well, I don't know if they'd run any basics. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Inquisitions. Let's do that. Okay, we have Ramp, we have Oozes. Not really that great, but if we ramp into Thought Distortion, we could be in pretty good shape. I would love to have a little bit more removal or pressure, but we're going to run with it. Hello again, friend. Okay. Go and do this. We're going to take a pretty big hit here next. That's kind of a bummer. This thing is so good in this deck. Holy cow. I had no idea how good this was in that deck. Among the basic land types. Okay, so this one doesn't count. This doesn't have a basic land type. These two do, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. That's crazy. Okay, so that's actually pretty good. I don't mind that. Let's go ahead and do this. Probably jump with it next turn, but that way at least I'm drawing a card. I actually feel like Thought Distortion shouldn't have been boarded in. Thinking about it, it doesn't take care of their threats. It only takes care of their ways to deal with my threats, and that's not what I'm worried about right now. The Thought Distortion was actually not a good inclusion. Live and you learn. 5 damage. Do we take it? Discard a card if you do draw a card. I think I will take it. What you gonna do? They have all 5 colors now, but only in 4 lands. Interesting. Okay. So actually a removal spell wouldn't hurt right now. But let's go ahead and Thought Distortion. Nice. So what did they leave land open for? For the D-Spark? Okay. I'm going to go down to 6. They're going to be able to draw 2 cards with cycling and this. So that's not good. Not going to lie. They'll be able to Maelstrom Pulse and Scavenging Ooze next turn. And a Grow Spiral. My goodness, they're cycling 3 cards here. Or drawing 2... Cycling 2 cards, drawing 1. Excuse me. Got Giganta. Okay. So, let's see here. What's the play? How many lands do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1 for Scavenging Ooze to gain the life. So I think this is the play. Let's start with Thoughtseize. Definitely want to get rid of Niv Mizzet here. They're probably going to top deck it again, but that's okay. Then we'll play Scavenging Ooze. We shall play this. Get a green source. Maelstrom Pulse. The Territorial Kabu. And exile the Niv. Feels good. Alright, did you top deck the Niv Mizzet? No, but you're cycling into a card with 4 lands open. Cycling not. Yes. Sweet. Okay, top deck something good. Come on, deck. Ha. What are you doing, opponent? The game is not over. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alright, let's go again. Yeah, I'm not sure why my opponent conceded there. I mean, yeah, it wasn't going their way, but it wasn't that bad. So this hand is very tricky. Like, you would almost say, like, let's keep and take out their entire hand. But again, they're on the play. I'm on the draw. This is a horrible hand to keep. This is not great. I really would have loved a green source, but we'll go ahead and keep. Probably throw back the... I feel like I should throw back a swamp, because 2 swamps aren't going to do anything for me anyway here. So we just need to draw into a green source. And then we'll have all the Llanowar Visionaries to take down an entire army. It's going fantastic so far. Hey, seriously? Come on. Come on, deck. All those green sources, what are you doing? What you doing? Okay, so we are a Sultai cycling deck? That's not a thing, they're just cycling this land. They are ramping. I'm still not drawing anything I need. Let's go to and see what... Oh my gosh, what are you doing, opponent? Okay. But now, being Sultai wouldn't be that bad, so I could counter some of their stuff. Hey, green. Green. I actually kind of regret Mulligan now, because having those Thought Seizes and those Kozileks would be kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, Thoughtseize, go. It's the wrong one. Alright, so I'm probably losing here. They have another untapped land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They might not have an untapped land, though. Thoughtseize off the top, no. Well, we got all our Visionary, so that's good. Okay, so they don't have an untapped land. Just got rid of one of their lands, so they're going to scry for an untapped land. They scry to the top, I'm probably dead. Ay. Don't be an untapped land, don't be an untapped land, don't be an untapped land, you're an untapped land. Boo. Okay, let's see what they do. Let's get some information before we sideboard. People that are saying, like, oh, 7 mana spells should be game winning, they don't understand how easy it is to find these cards and play these cards. Like, ramping is a piece of cake. I actually don't know what this card does, bear with me. When Scholar of the Lost Trove enters the battlefield, you may cast target instant sorcerer artifact card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. That is gross. So that one needs to go back, because otherwise they can ultimatum again. Now they'll get an extra turn, which is fine. They get to put another card in their hand. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm doomed here. Wow, that's gross. The historic version of this is even more disgusting. Okay, let's see what we got. Definitely want the Thought Distortion. Exile, yep, that seems good. Duresses, yes please. Shifting Ceratops, let's put some pressure on them. Creature cards. Players can't cast spells from graveyard or libraries. Okay, let's see here. What is the actual text of this? Search your library. You may cast the other card without paying their mana cost. So you search the card and exile them. Then you play them. So you play them from exile, not from your library. It's important to read the cards properly. Okay, so now we got these. Vraska is too slow. Liliana seems bad. Language is worthless. What else we got? Lucrana's not great against non-creature matchups, but at least it's a 6/6. It can be a 12/12. Maelstrom Pulse still seems good. Bloodchief Stirs can go. What does their mana base look like? I don't even know if they have basics. Yeah, they have a swamp there. So maybe let's take out one of these. Let's go. Let's go! Game number 2 versus Magman. Now, granted, we know that mid-range decks do not do well against Alrund's Epiphany decks or emergent ultimatum decks, so that's fair. We know that. So if I don't win this one, that's kind of to be expected. A deck like this, mid-range deck, is great against like creature decks. Probably the 5-color Niv Mizzet deck is kind of like one of those where it can go either way because we're both value mid-range decks. So against other mid-range decks, this is very much like either person's game. But against like a deck that Magman plays here, I don't necessarily expect to win. Let's go ahead and ramp. But if we can get to Thought Distortion, we're in pretty solid shape. I don't know if we'll get there in time, though. Because their ramp is probably a little better than my ramp. But if we can get there, Thought Distortion is going to put in some work. Explore. Honestly, I have to say, Into the North is fantastic. I like it so much better than like an Explore. Shifting Ceratops I'd rather play when I can give it haste. Now, granted, I don't know how much removal they play. Maybe I just play Pelucranos right now. Then next turn, if I draw another land, I can Shifting Ceratops with haste. If Pelucranos is dead, it is what it is. Cultivate. Okay. Chances of removal for Pelucranos slim down incredibly now. Got some islands. Sweet. A land would have been nice, but whatevs. Going to smack him for 6. And play the Visionary. Now, if I get a land and this survives, I'll be in fantastic shape. Not really what I wanted, but whatevs. Okay, so they're up to 6. Threg Dusk. That's fine. Okay, this didn't go my way. Now I can Shifting Ceratops, give it a haste. I'll trade with Track Dusk, or I can just attack with Pelucranos. None of those are really solid options. They can probably emerge an ultimatum next turn, which is really painful. I just needed one land. One land is all I needed. Oh, goodness. Now this can get reach, too. Do have some removal. So before we give up, I think we can go ahead and do this. Let's just see what they got. If this was a Thoughtseize, it'd be so much nicer. Oh, they don't have it. Sweet. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of the Growth Spiral so they can draw. That's why they have to top deck into it. Otherwise, I'm actually in really good shape. Let's go ahead and get the Faceless Haven here. And then I can actually... If I just go ahead and kill this, they have the 3/3 they can block with, which is much better for my Pelucranos. But I think I want to hold on to this for something else. Is there anything in their graveyard that needs exiling? No. So let's go ahead and just attack with Pelucranos. Actually no, because then they can use Fatal Push. Now we'll need my Llanowar Visionary to stay alive. So we're going to go ahead and actually just pass the turn. Because yeah, if I would have attacked, they would have been able to block here. My Pelucranos would have been down to a 1/1. And they would have been able to Fatal Push the Llanowar Visionary. It's not something I want. Okay. So here... Do I Thought Distortion? I feel like if they had the Emergent Ultimatum, they would have gone for it. So, but what else is to play? I think I just attack with Pelucranos. Go and do it. See what he does. The only reason I'm saying he is because of Man. I'm assuming it's a man. Probably still shouldn't assume, so let's just go ahead and say they. I'm assuming they block. Okay. Pelucranos going down to a 1/1. They get a 3/3 on the board. It's fine. Do I Thought Distortion? If I do so, they're probably just going to play these out. Let's see. If I don't Thought Distortion, I should probably just Scavenging Ooze. Let's go ahead and do that. I feel like I'm playing too safe. I don't know. Get rid of the Track Dusk. I don't want them recurring that. I don't know if they can, but... Is there anything else that needs exiled in their graveyard? Not really. That's fine. Okay. Now we just gotta hope they don't get the Emergent Ultimatum, which, granted, they haven't gone that deep in their deck yet, so maybe the Magic the Gathering gods will not be too bad to us. They did leave one on top, so that's never a good sign. Figures. That's totally fine. That I do not mind at all. Golos I'm not worried about. So here we'll probably... I'll go ahead and just do this. Go ahead and get rid of you. Next turn I can play Shifting Ceratops. And they won't have a blocker, so that's kind of nice. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do this. Give it a haste. And swing for 6. I think I swing for 5 so I can block with Pelucranos. I'll just recur it later. Ah, come on. Guess it was bound to happen at some point. Again, Thought Distortion just not doing work right now. Feel like if they don't have it in their opening hand, Thought Distortion is just bad. Thought Distortion probably is more for like the control matchups where they keep a lot of cards in hand. The Emergent Ultimatum deck just tends to play out their hand. I don't want to see what they select here, though, if it's the same stuff or they pick something different. Alder Gargaroth, Scholar. I mean, the problem with Scholar is that they can just recast the Emergent. So I really needed to play the Ley Line there. So that probably was bad on my part. I got too greedy. Yeah, I don't see me winning this any way, shape, or form. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Alright, let's go to game 3. This will probably be the last one I play for today. Well, let's close this friend list. On to play. I mean, it's not great, but I don't want to throw it away. We'll go ahead and get this for a black. See what we got going on. We see Teferi, we see Scary Erebos sleeves, and we see the Lotus Bloom, so I wonder if they're going to stick to a theme here and play Esper. I'm definitely not in a theme because I got Luca with the White Dragon. I only like the White Dragon because it reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh's Blue Eyes White Dragon. Which, granted, I haven't touched Yu-Gi-Oh for like 20 years. So for all y'all Yu-Gi-Oh players, if you see this, just because I know Blue Eyes White Dragon, don't ask me Yu-Gi-Oh questions because I will not know anything about it anymore. It's been much too long. In reality, I probably should have like Garrick here because that's probably more on theme for me. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and just step toward black. No offense, but we're not professional players, so we don't need to wait until the opponent's end step to crack our Fabled Passage. Like, that information is not going to make or break the team. No, you didn't. Ruin Crab. Animal. Oh my gosh, you're so gross. Ew. Why? Who hurt you, opponent? You come out to Fairy, all cool, and you do that. Why? Why? It's gross. Ew. Yeah, I'm not going to take your Soaring Thought Thief. I don't care about your Soaring Thought Thief. So I'm going to take your negate here. And let's go ahead and take Mystical Dispute too. Get out of here with those counters. So next turn I'll probably take out the Ruin Crab because it's just like sucking my deck. And I will deal with this later. Let's go ahead and do this now. Get out of here. Skedaddle. Alright, what else you got? A land. Okay. So, we'll be able to play Pelucranos. They won't have an answer for it. Next turn, I can Pelucranos fight. It'll cost me my Pelucranos, but that's fine. They're flooding. Which, granted, I took a couple of their spells out. So I took out their Thieves Guild Enforcer, their Negate, and Mystical Dispute. So it's not just bad luck, it's also a little bit of the hand hate there. Okay, so probably here... Kind of unfortunate I don't have a 5th land, because that would be, like, super sweet. I should... Because this is 3 to fight, so I'll go ahead and take out their Fatal Push. That way they can't use it on my Pelucranos. Then I will attack with my Pelucranos. Then I will fight with my Pelucranos. And now they just need a couple bad top decks, and we're in great shape. Go and attack with Pelucranos again. Go ahead and play a creature on your end step. Nope. Okay. Ruin Crab. That's easy. Doesn't even cost me anything. That's a Fatal Push. That's kind of a bummer. Yeah. Alright, top deck land. No. Land of Visionary is fine too. Okay. And, really not getting that 5th land. But as long as my Land-Aware Visionary stays alive, I can play Nissa next turn. They're not getting anything. That's what you call a Karma opponent. Yeah, buddy. Okay, so here, let's go ahead and just play this into a counter. It's like I knew. It's almost like I've played against rogue decks before. For those of you that haven't played against rogue decks before, good for you. Alright. Let's see here. Let's just go ahead and swing again. Looks like I can actually take my Pelucranos out. Oh, I have 20 cards in the graveyard, so yeah, that makes sense. Probably should take my Pelucranos out here, but let's do this instead. And let's see, what creatures do they have in here? They have some Ruin Crabs that are bad. I'm not going to do anything yet, but my Scavenging Ooze can take some of the creatures out of their graveyard if they want to recur them. Oh, they're going to make me do it now. Okay. Thieves Guild Enforcer is bad. And the other... Where you at? I think Soaring Thought Thief is bad. Ruin Crabs are kind of annoying too, but I can kill those pretty easily. The rogues do damage. Still have 30 cards in deck, so... Woo, into the story. 2 blacks on the field, they'll probably be able to play a land. 3 blacks, there's really not much you can do with that. We're going to go down to 1 life. Probably play Pelucranos here. Let's do that. Instead of swinging for 2, I'd rather get Pelucranos out. Let's go ahead and just get some of these. If they don't have an answer for Pelucranos, I am in fantastic shape. You can't castle, still die. Again, I got Deem into their Ruin Crabs, which is not really going to do anything for him. That's not going to do much for him either, because I can fight that and still attack for lethal. What else you got? 4 black. They could drown into the lock. Okay, Agadim for Ruin, that still doesn't do anything either. So what I can do here is I can... How do I want to do this? They probably have Fatal Push in hand. Now, granted, I can fight both these things, get them down to 1. Then next turn I can Faceless Haven for the win. I think I have to risk it. Like, they have to have it, otherwise... Like, playing Liliana into a counter is kind of disastrous right now. So it's better to fight these and try to swing for the win. And make him have the removal spell. Or a blocker. That's actually better than the alternative. Because now I still have one more turn with 1, 2, 3 threats. That all 3 need to be answered or I win. Okay, that's 1. See if you have 2 answers. You do not. Ha-ha! Alright. Sideboard against rogues. Gets the duresses, get the ley lines, get the rituals. Thought distortion is kind of bad. Shifting Ceratops could be decent. Gets through their blue things. Elder Gargoth's good. Don't really care about Grafdigger's Cage. I mean, I guess it's better than Leyline. Yeah, I think it's better than Leyline. Do they? Creature cards in graveyard and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. Well, that also messes with my Pelucranos. Whereas Leyline doesn't. And I really like Pelucranos in this matchup. So, okay, now what do we take out? I don't think... Well, the Menace is kind of nice. That way their Runecrab can block it. Artifact, creature, or enchantment. I think it's better than Liliana, actually. Let's go ahead and get Liliana out of here. Nissa is too good. Maybe the Leyline is not worth this, because I do have the Scavenging Ooze. I have plenty of removal to just keep taking out their stuff. We'll keep it. Duress, Inquisition. I don't need the Thoughtseizes. I think the Inquisitions are fine. I don't necessarily want him getting more lands. What do I take out? I think I'll go ahead and take this out. This is too easy to counter. So now I gotta get rid of 2 more cards. It's actually kind of hard to sideboard, guys. And girls. And everybody else. I don't need to ram super quickly, so let's cut 1 of you. And... what else do I pick? Let's do 1 to rest down. Because we do have the Kozileks. Let's go with it. Let's roll with it. Let's go! Come on, let's make it 2-1 for the video. Beating Niv Mizzet and Rogues. Losing to Ultimatum, I think that's fine. It's actually a pretty good hand. So we'll go ahead and start with the turn 1 Duress, because we are those kinds of people. It's not like I can take it out. Like, you're fine. Alright. Wow, they kept a land with a thief, an enforcer, and nothing but lands. And a top deck of Runecrab. I hate you, opponent. I don't, but... Gonna do this. Scavenging Ooze. If they don't have the removal spell, I can block the Thieves Guild, which is kind of nice. I start keeping my own graveyard empty with it. Yep, you can't attack. Sweet. So let's go ahead and do this. It's kind of awkward with the lands, my goodness. Let's attack and see what they do. Come on, Runecrab. Lame. Okay. Okay. So I'll do this. Your graveyard. You got this. What a top deck. Yeah, that's painful. I mean, I guess it would have been worse if they had 2 on the board still, so... It is what it is. At this point, I'm already past 8, so I might as well crack my Fabled Passage. Now I need to find an answer. More lands is not it. Into the Blood Chief's Thirst. Not not it. We're almost through to half of our deck. Let's see what all is in our... Okay, we lost one Ritual. We lost a Bloodchief's Thirst. Other than that, we still have a ton of removal on these 31 cards. Let's see here. I think we play the Nissa into a counter. Let's not do that again. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's Kozilek first. It's a land. I can't play that. That's kind of a bummer. I can still play this, so we'll do that. Let's get a land out. Swing with it. If they want to trade, that's fine. Kind of surprised that they do. Very surprised that they do. Get the Bloodchief's Thirst, that's fine. Nice. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. We need to get some lands out. Don't know if they have a removal spell here. So just to play it safe, I feel like I should play the Ley Line. If they get the 2 Thieves back, that's bad. But then again, they won't be able to Agadim just yet because they only have 2 Swamps. So I at least have 2 turns for that. So maybe I just put the pressure on instead. So let's go ahead and swing. Okay. Now I do play Ley Line, I think. Or the Pelucranos. Let's do the Pelucranos because I can bring it back next turn if something happens to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why can I not cast this? Oh, I can. Okay. Oh, because this is not 2 black. Never mind. That was a blonde moment. It's like I have 4 mana. Why can I not do another one? Oh my gosh, another Rune Crab. That's so rude. They might actually mill me this game. What is up with that? Going down 6. Me a little nervous. Probably Bloodchief's Thirst to Pelucranos because that's the only way I can get rid of their Rune Crabs. They're... So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That was actually not a good play on their part. Oh, I can do this again, but then I won't be able to fight both Rune Crabs, and I need both Rune Crabs to die. Let's go ahead and do this. And let's go ahead and do this. And swing for 6. Now we just hope they don't have the Agadim. Okay, so I have another Pelucranos on backup. I'm going to go ahead and Nissa. Because then I can... Now, if they counter that, that's pretty bad. I think I should... What should I do? I think I just swing with old 3 and see what happens. Let's go with that plan. If I swing with old 3, I won't be able to Nissa, though. Let's go ahead and swing with these 2 and see what happens. This is Vigilance. I'm dropping the ball here, so it's probably a good thing that this is my last game. I'm starting to do some silly things. Okay, so they draw. You go down to 8, likely, unless they kill my woodland. You go with my Pelucranos, okay? Interesting. Interesting choice. See if they have a counter for this. If they do, that's very painful. Ouch. Yep, that's bad. I had to try, though. Another Pelucranos didn't make sense. Rune Crab. Okay, that's actually not terrible. If I top deck removal here, I'm actually in great shape. So I can do 5 here. Okay. So now they have 1 turn to have an answer. Now they have to, if they get rid of the Woodland Chasm, they're in good shape. Ooh, now they have to get rid of both. Oh! Haha! Nice. I like. All right, that's the end of the video. Played a few games with this. I love the deck. It's a lot of fun. This is everything I like about Magic. A good grindy mid-range list that can punch out the opponents with Nissa. Honestly, I love everything about this deck. So against the grindy, like against a matchup like Ultimatum, this is going to struggle. Probably Jeskai Control would be a little harder as well, but I think it might grind out the win with that. Some changes I might make. Probably, I wouldn't mind having a 4th Nissa, because that's probably the strongest card in the deck. Just pushing out a lot of damage. Now, losing the Lance is painful, but again, it's pretty easy to get him back. Other than that, just a fantastic list. I love this deck. Don't forget, like, subscribe. If you don't mind me hitting Historic up once in a while, let me know. I love Magic, so Constructed Magic is my thing. Historic I might dabble with a little bit more now that Memory Lapse is gone. Good riddance, Memory Lapse. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great time playing Magic the Gathering.